different for you. And then we are going to get into a couple of twists, a couple of additions that kind of fill out the lebensohl structure. It was I mentioned in that handout. I got the term from a friend of mine, Robert Todd. Likes to call it simple sol, and that's kind of this introductory lebensohl. That's what we did last week. There are a couple more pieces to it that that are not part of the as he likes to call it, the simple sol. It's the full convention. It's what everybody plays, but we kind of like to start off with this to ease you into it with the basics. So remember that we are dealing with not just the convention itself, which of course is to know is our actual lebensohl bid, our actual relay bid, but remember that we are looking at all the things that surround this as well, other systemic treatments that go with this. So why don't we start with some, what would you do, what would you bid, with some different hands here, and along the way we'll refresh on that. On our actual lebensohl sequence. So in all these cases, you are a responder. Your partner has opened a no trump, and there has been interference. So in this case, an interfering bid of 2 hearts, and this is your 9-point hand. 4-2, 4-3 shape exactly. Spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. So based on what we talked about last time, what do you think we want you to do with this hand?
Double?
All right, how does everybody feel about double?
Yeah.
Which, remember, not stolen bid, because we're not transferring. We're not using double to transfer anymore. So it's a takeout double. It's a negative double, really. You have the unbid suits, with the emphasis on unbid majors. So you don't have a fifth, so you can't show a 5th spade. Well, you can, but you don't have it. But you basically have a takeout of hearts, don't you? You've got heart shortness. You could support any of the other suits. This is your hand, right? Even if partner has 15, along with your 9, you're kind of in that invitational territory. And whether or not I bid again, I think is going to depend what partner has to say. So if partner obliges you and bids 2 spades, so that you have a 4-4 spade fit, at that stage I think make your normal bid and bump it to 3 spades and see if partner wants to go to game. If partner bids 3 of a minor, I think it's probably best to just play it there. Because I don't think I want to force the game with this hand. Some 9-point hands I might, but this one's kind of flat. And, if we don't have a spade fit, I'm a little worried about no trump because of my heart holding. Now, something we didn't talk about, if we did, it was only in passing last week. What would you think if we gave the opener I don't know. Because this could happen. That's an opening no trump, isn't it? Balanced 16-point hand. Well, what would you do if this auction came up and that was your hand?
I think so.
Clearly, they have overcalled a pretty lousy suit, right?
Right.
Did you give any thought to pass? If you pass, what you've done is you've converted partner's
Yeah,
takeout
yes.
double to penalty.
Yes.
I think that's a really good idea on this hand. I would give it a shot. You have 2 sure and probably 3 trump tricks. You know, we're figuring here that, so your heart honors aren't in the best position, right? They are in front of the king and probably the 10 of hearts. On the other hand, if partner has enough to make the negative double, you've got your no trump, and then this person is overcalled, dummy is going to be really weak, right? So declare and 2 hearts doubled is probably going to have a very difficult time getting to the dummy to lead anything toward the honors in their hand. So if you defend carefully, you're going to, they're going to have to play this thing out of their hand. And yeah, it looks, so they have the ace, king of spades, and they'll get a couple of trump tricks and maybe set up a minor suit trick. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if you beat this 2 or 3 on a hand where making game is probably not the best prospect. You might be able to make 3-0. I don't know that everybody's going to be in 3-0 or that everybody's going to make 3-0 even if they're there. So not a bad idea. Think about, taking what I think is a pretty sure plus score. You just have to not be afraid of defending doubled part scores. Or you can bid. You can take the Joanne approach, which is, I'm not very happy with my defense, so I don't want to defend if I don't have to. So I'll bid. That's actually this is now that's what one of many priceless Alfred Scheinwald quotes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He says he says, if you're a poor defender, you should strive to bid more. So the idea, but I want to introduce you to the notion that you're not always going to have an automatic bid when partner makes this double. You may have a decision to make.
That's certainly not too hard to make, though. I would pass it.
Yeah, I mean, you could, in theory, you could retreat to 2-0, and you'd probably be safe there with hearts well stopped. 2-0, if you're not going to defend, 2-0 is probably better here than, say, playing in a 4-3 club fit.
But since 2-0 is not a contract, then would responders say
yeah, I mean, that kind of puts your partner on the spot. Should they raise to 3-0? I don't know. I'd probably leave it. It's that is that statement is
16.
it is somewhat facetious. Is 2-0 actually a contract? Sometimes, sure it is. It's just it's more, when and Robert was the first one that I heard say that. He said 2-0 is not a contract; it's a convention. It's just that it's more just a statement about, just this dread that you feel when you play 2-0 because you haven't gotten the game, but you still have to take 8 tricks, and the hands tend to be either, like I said, everything is right and you make 3-0 anyhow, or you go down. The limit of the hand is only 7 tricks. So,
but the range for that double is about 7 to 9.
Yeah, we like it to be like 7 to 9.
So if the 2-0 trump bidder opposite a responder, 7 would pass and maybe 9 would.
It would not be unreasonable. I mean, if you look at these 2 hands together, you've got 25 points and you've got some tricks here. I'm just saying, 3-0 has play. It just probably won't be the easiest make, right? You have knowledge of presumably where most of the missing high cards are. But so. If partner were to pull it to 2-0, certainly if I'm playing teams, I would probably try 3-0 because I'd hate to miss a game. And
A 600 game, whereas if they're not vulnerable.
Sure, especially vulnerable. So
yeah.
But again, if we're playing match points, just normal pairs game, we tend to go low on those. So
if that bidder was a don't bidder, he's saying he's got hearts and spades.
Yeah, but we don't know what he's saying.
That could be. But clearly we can look at our major suit. That might make me more inclined to defend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that two hearts was a don't two hearts, because you've got the hearts pretty well bottled up, and your spade holding's not great, but your partner's doubles implies 4 of those, right? So I think you have a pretty good idea that if the opponents try to play 2 hearts, or maybe they might pull it to 2 spades, they're probably only in a 7-card fit. So yeah, so there are decisions to be made, but we the idea here is that we do like double with responder's hand here. All right, well, let's still have a 2-heart overcall, but let's change responder's hand a bit. And let us give you a hand that is clearly less than invitational. And we better take away the double in case you want to do something different here. Votes? 2 spades.
2 spades.
Everybody comfortable with that?
Yep.
So again, go back to what would we have done had they not interfered? Well, we would have bid 2 hearts, had partner bid 2 spades, and passed it, right? Since we have a 5-card suit and less than invitational values. So we're getting to the same spot. So remember as opener that it would be very rare that you would ever raise because partner has less than invitational value. 2 spades is partner, I just want to play 2 spades. And now let's say the opponents compete to 3 hearts. Now if your partner's got good spade support and wants to compete to 3 spades, that's okay. We'd love that to be 4-card support. I would not tend to compete. These kind of situations normally, even though your side may have a slight balance of the power, I find it's usually pretty good to stick with law of total tricks here. So if your side competes to 3 spades, we usually like it to be a 9-card fit. But I'll look at everything. I'll look at the vulnerability. I'll look at, do I actually have any defense against 3 hearts if they bid it, and that sort of thing. So you look like you were about to say something. You were poised to comment or ask a question. All right. So, and again, remember, it's not a perfect world. Yes, we have the weaker of the 2 hands as declared here, but on the other hand, you have freed up your double, and you would have had a really hard time showing the previous hand that we just looked at if you didn't have double to do that.
So if that 2 hearts is clarified as don't, doesn't that kind of discourage me from saying 2 spades?
Now,
okay.
Now, if 2 hearts is don't, I'm probably going to pass.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's right. Because they might be 5-4.
Yeah, I probably won't bid 2 spades because now I'd be pretty sure. Now, I mean, we would still know that we'd be in a 5-2 fit, but we'd also know that we'd be getting a bad break.
Yeah.
And let's see where they go.
So you could say, what is your 2 hearts mean?
Well, if it's don't, it would be alertable anyhow.
Oh, okay.
And so you could ask, and and frankly, I'd be it's not impossible. I'd be a little suspicious. I'd wonder if I was getting the right information about the convention, just because for partners no trump, partners known to have 2 spades. We've got 5. It is certainly possible. Maybe their spade suit is a bad 4-card suit, or it may not even bad. I mean, in theory, it could be ace king 4th. And openers' points are not in spades at all. But on the other hand, think about it this way. If this is really what they hold, 5-5 or 5-4 in the majors, something like that, I think they don't have a good place to play. And so I'm going to see where this is going to go. They might end up in spades, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Now I think I want to defend, especially on a hand where there's no guarantee that we're making anything. So sometimes these things happen. And I always tell people, I'm like, look, try to be prepared for anything. I mean, I had a hand come up a couple weeks ago at Denver Metro that In fact, I feel like this happened twice in a short period of time. I had a 1 spade opening. The person on my right opened 1 spade. Mine were just as long and better. Yeah, well, I was ready for it. I passed in tempo, you know, and then in the end, you know, the opponent had most of the high card points, so I was content to defend because I knew this hand probably wasn't going to play that well for them. So, all right. What if I give you this? Three, 2, 5, 3 with 12 high card points. Pretty good 5-card diamond suit. Draw on your memory from last week,
Or cheat.
if anything is left of it.
Do you consider that balanced?
Yeah, 5, 3, 3,
Balanced.
5, 3, 3, 2 is balanced hand.
So it says Cupid. Oh, no. No. That's
And the
Stan.
opponent is still doing 2 hearts, right?
3 diamonds?
Okay,
Mhm.
so, yeah, not a trick question. How about just naturally showing your longest and best suit? And remember, 3 diamonds is not just natural, but it's forcing. You do in a forced game, right? When partner opened a no trump and you have 12. You don't have a heart stopper. You only have 3 spades. Possible that opener has 5 of them. This might be a hand where if they had passed, you would use puppet stamen, just in case partner had 5 spades. But you can't do that anymore because of the interference, right? 3 clubs would be natural, it wouldn't be puppet stamen anymore. But the good news is, you don't need it on an auction like this. Because when you bid a forcing 3 diamonds, if partner has 5 spades, don't you think 3 spades would be partner's next bid? Wouldn't that be the natural progression?
Mhm.
So I think what you're hoping here is that, you know, if partner bids 3 spades, I'll raise it to 4. If partner bids 3 no, they've got hearts stopped and I'm happy there. Figuring, hey, my diamond suit ought to be useful in no trump, right? Probably 4 or 5 tricks there, you know, depending on the queen of diamonds, which might be in partner's hand or might be finessable. So yeah, again, not asking you to do anything strange. I don't think even if you're thinking about your old system and what you would bid at the 3 level, even if you got confused and thought, well, is 3 diamonds a transfer? Well, they bid hearts, so that can't really be the case, can it? There she is.
Kinda made it.
I know.